After 4 quarters of rather, let's say, average defense, what do you think got into your team in the overtime?
Well, one thing, the sense of urgency was there. I thought we started out the game, Doug, with the deflections. I thought if I remember correctly, we set a record as far as the number of deflections we had. And, we caused 20 turnovers for 24 points, 21 turnovers, 24 points. And I thought that was the difference in the game, especially beginning of the game and down the stretch. In between, you're right, I thought our defense was very average. And there's a lot of things we can clean up, especially in the one-on-one situations. Again, our helpers got to get there quicker, and we got to do a better job of containing the ball.
Anthony, go
ahead. Coach, right here down front. Anthony Gilbert, Slam Magazine. My question is, can you talk about Valanciunas and what he's been able to do for this team and the role that he has under your leadership?
Well, one thing Jonas has done, he's gotten better with his offensive game. He had a big tip in, there down the stretch. And also, too, one great thing about him at the end of the game, you can leave him in for free throws. He's an excellent free throw shooter for us, but he's gotten better in all phases of his game the entire year. He still has some growth to go, some areas he can get better in, as all young players do. But his future is going to be bright. He's learning every day. He's learning every situation. It seems like it's new for him. There's so many things he can get better at that, you can see him taking strides on there. Jack Sigma's been working with him with his jump shot, and it's been helping him. And once he gets that down pat, that's really going to help his game a lot.
Josh, go ahead, please.
Coach, would you have liked to get Jonas more involved a little bit in the second half with the offense stagnating?
Well, yeah, we would. Again, Whiteside has done an excellent job with his just throwing it inside to him as post defense. One thing, Jonas, either doing some things, we're doing some things what we call midget. He's open on that. If we can get the ball to him, he can finish it. But again, I think once we do go into him, he's done a decent job. But again, Whiteside is a force down there, and they're doing a good job of digging, making sure they push him off his sweet spot. Again, we can find some more touches for him down there, but I think he's doing a heck of a job the way it is. Screening, rolling, in between game, catching it there, making a play is probably what he's going to get. Is maybe a short corner jump shot, elbow jump shot, free throw line jump shot.
Hey, Coach, what do you think is the problem with the team's defense at the end of the regular time that we left their three-point shooter that wide open opportunities?
Well, again, it's a good point. Communication on switches, coming together on switches, talking. We had similar-sized guys in there. That's why we had them in there, communicating, make sure we come together. They did a couple of things of moving and misdirection that got us discombobulated, but, with the same size guys, and that's why you have them there to come together on the switches. We had planned to foul if it got below a certain number. But again, communication is huge when you're playing five small guys.
Bruce?
Dwane, once again, your two best players, your two leading scorers had just really remarkably inefficient scoring nights. You still managed to pull that out. Is it encouraging, or are you starting to worry with both
I'm encouraged.
Kyle and DeMar?
Bruce, we got to take it. I mean, again, we can harp on the negatives and, beat that drum, beat it to death. But, again, we're finding other ways to win, and that's very encouraging. Again, those guys are going to have to, they're not going anywhere. So we got to continue to go with them, find ways to help them get easier shots and, again, hopefully get their rhythm and, play from there. There's other ways to win a game other than shooting the basketball. And I thought Kyle contributed to that. DeMar contributed. The more concerning thing was our free throws. I mean, we missed 12 free throws, which is probably more concerning than some of the jump shots. And again, you got to give, we've played two excellent defensive teams, one in Indiana and this team right here. You got a premier defender, guys that know how to play, and a premier shot blocker, and they're one of the best teams at forcing you to take mid-range shots. And we just got to find a better way to get a rhythm for DeMar and Kyle. Again, there are guys, we're going to roll with them, and I can just see, Kyle's rhythm coming back a little bit more, even though they're, didn't shoot great tonight. Just see him getting their rhythm a little bit more and his confidence back in his jump shot.
Dwane, was the free throw shooting mind-boggling?
Yeah, it was. That was as concerning as some of the outside shooting, Steve, was our free throw shooting, because normally we're a decent free throw shooting team. DeMar's 2 for 8. And he's usually one of our best free throw shooters. So hopefully we'll get some free throws in tomorrow before we take off for Miami.
Ian on the left.
You spoke about Jonas and how you got extra touches from him, but could you just sort of elaborate on how big a role he played in the fourth quarter and in the overtime?
Well, just his size and hands. Again, Whiteside is a phenomenal shot blocker and a presence in there, and JV's doing a good job of kind of finding his way when Hassan goes to block a shot, and JV's kind of finding his way behind him. So that's encouraging. His pick and roll defense can be better, but it's been pretty good when Dragic and those guys come in there and cross grain. He's done a decent job of being big and challenging shots in that in-between area, as is Whiteside, what he's doing also. Again, it's hard to say. I have to look at the film and see exactly what happened, but again, we needed everybody. Like Bruce said, our shooting wasn't efficient. We shot, 41%? They shot 49% and still won the game. And again, that's encouraging, the fact that some of our better shooters are not making shots or are struggling shooting the ball and still finding a way to win. Again, there's a lot of different ways to win a game. And fortunately, our guys tonight found a way.
Rachel.
Dwane, can you speak to over here?
Sorry, right side.
Dwane, can you speak to what DeMar Carroll gave you offensively tonight? And was that something you had planned for, or were you just taking what the defense gave you?
He was the savior tonight offensively. 21 points from him. His play was huge. Norm, hasn't got his sea legs as far as his offense is concerned. Again, he's got a great all-pro guy in Dwane Wade guarding him. So, it's kind of taking him out a little bit, but DeMar was huge. Some of the shots he made in transition, him attacking the basket was huge for us.
John on the left side.
Coach, when you look at these two games, poor shooting aside from your guards, do you feel like the half-court offense there's something
we're not getting a lot
unlocked?
we're not getting a lot of movement, John. That's one of the issues. We're picking rolls, everyone's standing. We got to get some more movement within ourselves, and it's been hitting us in the third quarter. I thought the pace and tempo was pretty good in the first half, and then the third quarter we became stagnant and played right into Miami's hands. So we got to get the ball moving a little bit more, get a little bit more body movement, ball movement, which also will help our rhythm, or hopefully help our shooting rhythm.
Joey on the left side.
So, Dwane, outside of DeMar's offensive contributions tonight, do you think that the way he played tonight, maybe he hit his stride coming back so late in the season and getting his legs under him?
He's just now getting his game conditioning back, getting in the rhythm. He's still feeling his way in certain situations as far as getting a rhythm with the offense. A lot of his stuff is kind of when things break down, learning where to be and that type of thing. But he's just now coming around. And when you miss that many games and then try to come back into a playoff situation, is very difficult. Everybody's level is high, and now you trying to come back after being out, conditioning is a tribute to him, because he's worked hard. But again, the only way you're going to get ready for a playoff game is to come in and play, and he's done that. And just now see him getting his confidence in his shot. And he's always been a hustle player and a tough guy, but now his three ball is coming around.